Broadcasting live from the moon and back, this is The Coin Chat, the most trusted voice for all things cryptocurrency. Each week we dissect an important issue and cut through the noise and misinformation out there in the world of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and ICOs, capturing the facts that truly matter to you that will give you an edge in this fast-moving emerging market. The who, what, where, when, and how of what you need to know in crypto to get ahead so you don't get left behind. Now here are your co-hosts, financial and crypto experts Yuri Cataldo and Steve Good.
Hey, this is Steve Good.
Along with Yuri Cataldo, as always.
And we're cutting through the noise and misinformation in cryptocurrency to tell you what really matters. And this is one hell of a week, so let's just keep going.
Excellent. All right, Steve, so I want to know what matters particularly about Wirex.
Oh. We start the week talking about all the banking charges, and then we do something kind of nice and talk about how easy it is to kind of move between fiat and crypto, which is nice. Mm-hmm. And now we have to round the week off with kind of an annoyance that, well, this actually happened a few days ago, but now that we're talking about it, let's get it out there. Okay. So, I mean, I have a feeling, Wirex is first of all, who's Wirex? Wirex is a card service that provides you the ability to take your credit card. They provide a credit card that allows you to spend crypto. So like everything, I like to experiment with all these things so I know what works and doesn't work. And it was working just fine. I mean, it was a little bit niggly because every time you want to spend Bitcoin or Ether, you have to transfer the Ether to a euro or a pound account. And then once you've converted it, then you could spend it. So you imagine every time you're standing in a shop, you're sitting there with your mobile phone, switching it over, which is a bit painful. Mm-hmm. But last week they did an update. They didn't bother to tell you they did the update. First of all, they did a UI update, which is awful. They went from something where the transactions are, in order one by one by one, and they switched over to something where they go sideways. Like, who the hell shows your transactions sideways? And I'm just trying to find where the transactions are in order, and it's like, oh, it's buried one level deeper. Okay. Seriously, who designed this UI? Sorry, but that's just not how it works. Okay, but anyway. So now they do this new update, no emails, no information whatsoever. I've gone off to take my family for dinner. It doesn't cost much. It was just a light little family dinner thing with the kids, and I go to use my card. It doesn't work. And I'm thinking, well, there's 60 pounds or 70 pounds on the card. It's more than enough to cover this meal because it wasn't, it was like little burgers with the kids kind of thing. And it won't work. And I'm showing my wife, and she's like, well, what's wrong with the card? I said, I have no idea. So I thought maybe it's just a one-off problem with the card, whatever. And I go to use it again. It doesn't work again. I'm thinking, what the hell's wrong with it? Go to use it a third time. It works. I'm thinking, great, it's working again. Go to a fourth time. Doesn't work again. I'm thinking, what on earth's going on here? So I send a note to support desk immediately, right? Mm-hmm. Days go by, no response. I'll tell you what, I have no response still. No response. So I thought let's be clever about this. Let's go to the Telegram group. So I went to the Telegram group, and the minute I joined the group, I'm being bombarded with one, person after the next, all claiming to be from Wirex, offering to help me. And I'm thinking, okay, this is really weird. Why are they all contacting me saying, what can I do to help you? And I'm thinking, okay, you and I have been around long enough to know that the admins always say, PM us, we will not PM you. So I'm private message. So I'm thinking, okay, this is really weird. Then I'm watching the conversation going on inside the group with people yelling and screaming and using swear words and praising Mohammed and preaching church stuff. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this group has completely lost control.
What is happening?
So I'm noticing that all these people are contacting me, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go check and see who these people are. So I go and I look in the Wirex group, and I can see that none of them are admins. So, of course, I'm hitting spam to all of them to get their accounts blocked. Great. And then I said, is there any admins here? And there's one guy that replies, and I'm thinking, okay, great, it says his admin. But, I mean, now I don't even know if this is a real group or not because they've lost complete control of the conversation. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't know if you're real or not, mate. So I had to go back and forth with the guy for him to convince me he was real. Yeah. And he was very reluctant to prove he was real, which was a bit dumb on his part because I was like, just send me an email from a Wirex account so I know you're real, or do something to verify. Well, at least he said to me, go to our website, do this, do this, do this, and then you can at least verify that this group is real. I'm thinking, great, if this is your group, you guys are really, really losing it. But it was actually their group, and he was really an admin. And I said, I've tried support. I'm waiting for actually it was a week and a half. This is 2 weeks ago already. So, so then last week I'm saying to him, so what do I do? And here we are now 2 weeks later, I still haven't heard back from support. So I said to him, what do I do? And he says, have you checked out these documents? I'm like, well, what are these documents? He's like, well, just read them. I'm like, okay. So I'm reading them, and I'm realizing that they've not only done so they had done this update on my phone, and I saw that the update had gone through, and I was like, okay, it's fine. So what they did, let's start by saying what's smart about what they did. What they did was they made it so that your credit card now has basically two containers. Mm-hmm. One is which is where Wirex holds the money, but you can't spend it. And the other where you literally move it to the card so you can spend it. Okay, now that's good because if I go to a shop and let's say my card got stolen, I wouldn't want someone just randomly going around spending on my card. So I can literally go on my app and I can move the money away off of the the card so that it's in the app and it's controlled by me. And that's great. That's fine. I'm okay with that part of it.
Yeah.
The implementation of it though, oh my God, this is where it goes wrong. Okay, so now I'm looking at the app really carefully. And you can see like the main screen where it says 0. And then you see a little tiny icon where it's a little tiny bank. And it's right, we're talking really small. And it says 0.23. I'm like, oh, that's my balance. How the hell do I get that? How do I get? And it was like, oh no, it's a card. It was a little tiny card. So now I know that I've got a balance of 0 and a balance of 0.23. And I'm like, well, which one's which? Like, come on, seriously. If I look at any of the mainstream, look at dare I say, HitBTC or in a good way, KuCoin, they always have a main account and a trading account, and it's side by side, so you know which one the money is in. Guys, seriously, get your UI straight. Side by side. So they got the big screen and the little screen, and I'm thinking, I don't understand this. Like, doesn't make any sense. No logic to this. So I'm thinking, okay, now how do I move it? So. Okay, now first of all, I have 0, so I need to go and I have to go and buy some more coins. So more pounds. So okay, fine, I'll do that first. So I take and I go to the Bitcoin and I transfer like $50 or whatever it is, and I buy 50 pounds. I buy 50 pounds. I've got 50 pounds sitting there, and I've got 0.3 down below. So I'm thinking, great, let's top it up. So I'm searching around, and I finally find this screen, and there's no top up button. There's only a withdraw button, and it says withdraw to card. And I'm thinking, I don't want to withdraw to card. I want to deposit to card. So this doesn't make sense. So my wife says, why don't you just try withdrawing to card and see what it does? I'm like, okay, fine. So I hit withdraw, and now my balance says 50.23 on the big screen, right? And the card now says 0. I'm like, wonderful. Now I've managed to move everything off my card. How the hell do I spend?
Yeah.
So I said, let's go back to the screen again and try again. So now I go back and it says deposit to card. I'm like, I just withdrew to card. Now I'm depositing to card? What? So, okay, fine. So I put 50.23. And now it goes from the 0 down below to the little tiny card and shows 50.23. I'm like, great. So now if I wanted to top it up again, I have to withdraw everything back to the main account to then deposit it.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like I can just top up at a time. So imagine the scenario, okay? Let's imagine you're in a shop and you want to spend, we'll use dollars for your case.
Sure.
You're in a shop and you want to spend, $20, but you've got 15 on the card. I mean, literally the little card, right? But your big balance has 0. Okay? So now what do you have to do? You're standing there at the shop and you want to pay and people are in line behind you. So what do you need to do?
I pull out another credit card because this is going to take way too long.
Yeah, because here's what you got to do. Okay, hang on a second. I got to buy, $5.
Right.
I buy my $5. I move it to my main account. Oh, now I need to take the $15 off of my card to move it to my card. So now it has 20, and now I take the 20 and I then move it back to the card in order to transact. I'm like, this is so absurd. Yeah. I mean, I actually would like to know from Wirex whether you've had a staff problem or people leaving, because there are so many people in the Telegram group going, are you a scam? Are you about to go under? I don't think that's the case. I honestly love the card. The fact that it works, it's great. the fact that they've completely f***ed up that's how I bleeped myself, the UI multiple times. There's no emails going out from them to me. They have my email address, obviously, because I had to register with it. I'm not getting any email notifications. There's no updates on newsletters. There's no Medium articles that are easy to find that go, here's the latest updates. There's nothing unless I subscribe to something. I don't even know what to subscribe to. And why would I want to get regular updates from them? I don't want to read that stuff. I just want the thing to work. I don't care. But just send me an email, a notification or something, and then get your damn support guys to respond. Seriously. The only reason the support desk probably hasn't gotten back to me is because everyone else is suffering too with this completely flopped up, complete crap of an upgrade. It's one of the worst I have ever seen,
Oh, yeah. So they are. So just so you know, you're not the only one. I'm on this other site that rates different projects. And
tell me. Let's put the link below for that in the show too. So
sure, it's trustpilot.com reviews, and you're getting things like fishy, I don't think I can trust them, terrible, no support, money going from one account with no trace or explanation. Then there's like a couple of like good ones, like which is weird. They're either like people love them or hate them right now. Yet again, more issues with WireX.
Yep.
Where's my money? Incredibly frustrating. After a big struggle for over a month, still nothing. Yeah. And then you get WireX did a great job of helping me. Mark with 2 Ks. Exactly. Satisfied with random name that doesn't make any sense. WireX not fit for any purposes. So yeah, I will send you a link to this, but there's a lot of people who are really frustrated with that right now over the last few days.
Look, this is business, right? I have a feeling that something's changed and that whoever was running the show before was super hot and knew what they were doing and was running it and just had it on game. They just knew what they were doing, and they left. And when they left, they created this massive vacuum where they've now started releasing crap UI updates. They're breaking stuff. They're not notifying people. Communications has gone off the rails. Their Telegram channel is an absolute horror show. It is so scary. I wouldn't want anyone to go there except for the fact you have to get help. But do not reply to anybody contacting you from that channel because there's scammers, and there's hundreds of them going through that thing. It's scary. Fortunately, the card still works. I got it working again. But I'm really horrified by the whole experience, and I just needed to call them out on this. Now, maybe if WireX is listening, if you had staff changes, if you've got problems going on, come on the show, talk to us, tell the community what's going on, come clean, be authentic, be legitimate, be real. That's what we're all about here. That's all we want. And let's fix the problem, and then we'll help you fix the problem. We'll give you the feedback. I mean, we're right here telling you, But I think there's been a staff change or some major senior person that's gone that was pushing and driving it, because it's always the case that when these vacuums create, things fall apart. And it was so evident. It was like they went from night to day, or from day to night, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's terrible. So hopefully they will come on.
Since we're talking religious, fanaticism in the Telegram channel, we went from heaven to hell. I mean,
Right. Well, I like that it encompassed everything, like from Christianity to Islam, like back and forth.
Everything's covered in that channel, swear words, no swear words, alcohol, no alcohol, eating.
Perfect.
Oh no, cows are holy. I mean, we got it all covered in WireX. Great. So weird. It's fantastic. The only thing that's missing is the actual app working correctly.
Right.
I will say one thing though, the Telegram guy that helped me out was fantastic. He was great. He was really on it. I was very, very polite to him, saying what the problem was, and you could tell he was just like, I know support's not getting back, and I know, and I'm sorry, and I'm doing my best. I said, look, you're doing a great job, and please, feel free to take this compliment, blah, 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 and forward it on to your team and let them know that you're doing an awesome job. So I did tell the guy that, but what can I say? WireX is in a mess right now, and this is not what we want to see in crypto. This is an opportunity, guys. Fix it.
Right.
Get your game straight. My God. Anyway, so yeah.
I do like your rants of the day. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't want to rant though. I just want things to work. I mean, honestly, sometimes I just think like, how can it be so hard to just make a UI that works and run it by people and ask us for feedback? I mean, could have asked us. I've been very public about saying I spent 20 years in fintech and I know what stuff looks like, and I'm not the expert, but I have a pretty good idea of what we should be looking for. They could ask us, and we would give them a private opinion, and they could then work with us, and we'd help them. But ask somebody. I don't know who they're asking, but I've never heard of any like pilot groups or alpha groups or beta groups or anything that are